There is a massive problem with the current state of Dragon Ball Super. It is a problem that nobody at Toei Animation seems to want to address, but every fan can see it staring them in the face. The problem is that the power scaling has hit a wall. We have Goku, who is mastering the technique of the angels with true Ultra Instinct. We have Vegeta, who is mastering the power of the gods of destruction with Ultra Ego. And then we have Broly. Broly is supposed to be the third pillar of this new Saiyan triumvirate. He is supposed to be the legendary warrior who appears once every 1,000 years. But right now, he has nowhere to go. He is just a screaming berserker with green hair. If he tries to learn Ultra Instinct, he will fail because his mind is too chaotic. If he tries to learn Ultra Ego, he will likely kill himself because he lacks the discipline to control the damage. Broly is stuck, but there is a solution. A solution that has been sitting in the non-canon vault for over 20 years. A transformation that fits Broly's biology perfectly. Today, we are going to prove why Broly's next evolution must be Super Saiyan 4, and how this transformation will finally make Dragon Ball GT canon. To understand why Super Saiyan 4 is the only logical step for Broly, we first have to analyze his unique biology. In the movie Dragon Ball Super Broly, we were introduced to a new concept called the Wrathful state, or the Ikari form. This is when Broly's eyes turn yellow and his muscle mass increases but his hair remains black. Paragus actually explains exactly what this form is. He says that Broly has managed to tap into the power of the great ape without actually transforming into one. This is a crucial piece of lore. Usually when a Saiyan looks at a full moon, the Blutz waves trigger a reaction in the tail that causes a massive physical transformation. They become 10 times stronger, but they lose their speed and usually their minds. Broly, however, is a mutant. He can access that 10 times multiplier and the limitless stamina of the Oozaru while staying in his human body. This means that Broly's base power is fundamentally different from Goku and Vegeta. Goku and Vegeta have moved away from their Saiyan roots. They have removed their tails. They rely on God Kai, which is calm and precise. They are trying to become deities. Broly, on the other hand, is embracing his animalistic nature. He is tapping into the primal history of the Saiyan race. His power is not divine, it is biological. It comes from the blood, not the spirit. So if Broly's entire gimmick is channeling the power of the great ape in a humanoid form, then we are already halfway to the definition of Super Saiyan 4. Let us look at the lore of Super Saiyan 4 from Dragon Ball GT. Unlike the golden forms, which are just multipliers of Kai, Super Saiyan 4 is a biological evolution. To achieve it, a Saiyan must first turn into a golden great ape. This happens when a Super Saiyan transforms into an Oozaru. It is the ultimate combination of the two power sources, the Super Saiyan power and the great ape power, but the form is uncontrollable. It is pure destruction. To reach Super Saiyan 4, the Saiyan must consciously regain control of their mind while in this golden ape state. They must condense that massive giant power down into a humanoid body. Does that sound familiar? That is exactly what Broly is already doing. He is channeling the ape power in human form. The only difference is that he hasn't unlocked the golden Super Saiyan aspect of it yet. He is currently just using the base Oozaru power. This is why Super Saiyan Blue would be a disaster for Broly. Super Saiyan Blue requires perfect Kai control. It requires a calm mind to keep the Kai from leaking out. That is why Goku and Vegeta had to train with Wise in a dimension where they couldn't even move until they calmed their spirits. Broly is the antithesis of calm. His power is driven by rage. It is driven by trauma. If you try to put God Kai into Broly, it would be like trying to put jet fuel into a steam engine. It just does not fit the machinery. Broly needs a form that rewards rage. He needs a form that utilizes his massive body and his tail. He needs a form that is primal. If we look at the character design of Broly in the Super movie, it almost feels like they were teasing this. He wears the pelt of Ba on his waist, which mimics the fur of the Super Saiyan 4 design. His hair in the Wrathful state stands up in a way that looks suspiciously like the SSJ4 hairstyle. Even his eyes turn that piercing yellow color, which is a trademark of the GT transformation. It feels like the designers were screaming at us that this is the direction he is heading. And from a marketing standpoint, it would be the smartest move Toei could ever make. Super Saiyan 4 is arguably the most popular design in the entire franchise. Fans love it because it looks different. It brings back the tail. It brings back the eyeliner. It looks dangerous. Bringing it back into canon via Broly would break the internet. But let us go deeper into the psychology of the transformation. Why does Broly lose control? It is because the Oozaru power is too much for a human mind to handle. It is pure instinct. In the movie, we see Broly's pupils disappear. He stops speaking. He becomes a monster. The arc of Super Saiyan 4 is specifically about conquering that monster. In GT, Goku goes on a rampage as a golden ape, but it is Pan crying that snaps him out of it. It is an emotional connection that allows him to regain his rationality and condense the power. Broly needs this exact arc. Right now, he is training with Wise on Beerus's planet, but he is struggling. He is scared to release his power because he knows he will hurt Chilai or Limo. He needs to face the monster inside him. He needs to transform into the beast and then find the mental fortitude to tame it. Imagine the scene. Broly is fighting a villain, perhaps Black Frieza, and he is losing. He is overwhelmed. He taps into the Super Saiyan power and the Wrathful power simultaneously, causing him to mutate into the Golden Great Ape. He starts destroying everything, including his friends. But then Chilai screams out to him, just like Pan did for Goku. Broly hears her voice. He fights the instinct. He fights the animal brain. And slowly the giant golden ape begins to shrink. The fur turns red, the hair lengthens, and he steps out of the smoke not as a mindless berserker, but as a calm, controlled warrior in the Super Saiyan 4 state. It would be the perfect conclusion to his character arc. He would no longer be a weapon used by Paragus or Frieza. He would be the master of his own power. This also solves the power scaling issue of the Big Three. Right now, Goku and Vegeta are leaving Broly in the dust. True Ultra Instinct allows Goku to fight automatically. Ultra Ego allows Vegeta to get stronger the more damage he takes. Broly's legendary Super Saiyan form is strong, but it has a limit. It burns him out. It is just raw energy. Super Saiyan 4 would give him a unique advantage. In lore, Super Saiyan 4 is incredibly durable. It has a high resistance to heat and cold. It has superior physical strength compared to the god forms, which rely more on Kai blasts and speed. This would create a perfect rock-paper-scissors dynamic. Goku is technique, Vegeta is spirit, Broly is body, Goku is the angel, Vegeta is the destroyer, Broly is the monster. It balances the team perfectly. There is also the matter of the legendary Super Saiyan lore itself. In the old Z movies, the legendary Super Saiyan was a demon that appeared once every 1,000 years to destroy. But what if the legend was misinterpreted? What if the true form of the legendary Super Saiyan wasn't the green-haired berserker, but the Super Saiyan 4? The ancient Saiyans worshipped the great ape. Their entire culture revolved around it. It makes sense that their ultimate god form would look like a hybridization of man and ape. The golden hair of Super Saiyan might actually be a mutation or a deviation. Maybe Super Saiyan 4 is the true Super Saiyan, the form that the original Super Saiyan god Yamoshi was trying to achieve. We also have to talk about Black Frieza. The current big bad of the manga is Frieza, who has unlocked a form that can one-shot both Goku and Vegeta. He achieved this by training for 10 years in a hyperbolic time chamber. Frieza has mastered his golden form and pushed it to black. To defeat him, the Saiyans need something new. They have already thrown God Kai at him and it failed. They need an X-Factor. Broly is that X-Factor. Frieza fears the Super Saiyan legend specifically because of its unpredictability. He knows about the gold hair, he knows about the blue hair, but he has never seen the primal form. If Broly were to unleash a power that predates Frieza's knowledge of Saiyan history, it would genuinely terrify him. It would be poetic justice. The monkey that Frieza hates so much finally embracing his monkey nature to kill the tyrant. Furthermore, bringing Super Saiyan 4 into canon allows for incredible merchandise and video game opportunities, which we know drives the Dragon Ball franchise. But beyond the business side, it respects the legacy of GT. For years, GT has been the laughingstock of the community. It was non-canon trash. But the design of SSJ4 was always the one thing everyone agreed was cool. By giving it to Broly, you don't have to decanonize Super. You don't have to say GT happened. You just take the best concept from that show and repurpose it for the modern era. It is exactly what they did with Broly himself. Old Broly was non-canon. They took the concept, reworked the backstory, and made him canon. They can do the exact same thing with his transformation. Let's analyze the Wrathful state again because it is the key evidence. When Broly fights Goku in the movie, Goku is in Super Saiyan God form, the red form. Broly in his base form with just the wrathful eyes matches him blow for blow. Paragus explains he's using the power of the Oozaru. This means Broly has a base multiplier that is astronomical. If he stacks Super Saiyan on top of that, he becomes the full power Super Saiyan with the green hair. But that form is unstable. It is too big. His muscles bulge so much he loses speed. He can't dodge, he just tanks hits. Against a technician like Black Frieza or Wise, that bulky form is a liability. Super Saiyan 4 condenses the body. If you look at the GT design, Goku actually gets smaller. He gets sleeker. His muscles are dense but not ballooned. This would solve Broly's speed issue. He would retain the durability of the giant form but gain the agility of the base form. It is the tactical evolution he needs. There is also a conversation to be had about the tail. In Dragon Ball, Super tails have been largely forgotten. Toriyama admitted he forgot about them and then later said he removed them because they were annoying to draw. But the tail is the source of the Saiyan's true potential. Gohan was born with a tail, Goten and Trunks were not, and we see that Gohan has a much higher potential ceiling than the others. Broly had a tail, it was cut off by Paragus. But we know Saiyan tails can grow back. If Broly were to regrow his tail perhaps during a moment of extreme stress, it would be the trigger for the transformation. Seeing a modern high-budget animation of a tail regrowth scene followed by the Primal roar would be chilling. And what about Gogeta? In the Broly movie, Gogeta Blue was needed to stop Broly. But if Broly unlocks Super Saiyan 4, we could potentially see a Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta in canon. If Goku and Vegeta fuse while Broly is the threat, they might realize that God Kai isn't working against his Primal Kai. They might need to match his wavelength. While this is a stretch, it opens the door for the wildest fan theories to become reality. The contrast between the forms is also visually important for the anime. Right now, when Goku and Vegeta fight together, it is a lot of glowing auras. Blue aura, purple aura, silver aura, it looks like a light show. Adding Broly with a green aura is just more lights. But Super Saiyan 4 has no aura in its base state. It is physical, it is fur and skin and muscle, it looks grounded. Having Broly fight without a massive glowing aura would make him look distinct on the screen. He would look like a brawler amidst wizards. It adds visual variety to the fights that is desperately needed. We should also consider the Universe 6 Saiyans. Kaba Kale and Caulifla evolved differently. They don't have tails, they evolved past the need for them. This suggests that Universe 7 Saiyans like Goku and Broly are more primitive. Instead of running away from that primitive nature, Broly should dive into it. Let the Universe 6 Saiyans have the tingly back feeling and the easy transformations. Let the Universe 7 Saiyans be the monsters. It differentiates the two groups and gives Broly a unique identity as the last true Saiyan. Finally, let's talk about the emotional weight of this transformation. Broly is a tragic character. He was exiled because of his power. He was abused by his father. He was treated like a dog. Super Saiyan 4 is a form that looks scary, it looks villainous. For Broly to take that form and use it for good would be a powerful message. He would be accepting his monster appearance but using it to protect his friends. It is a Beauty and the Beast dynamic. He looks like a demon, but he has the heart of a child. This fits the tone of modern Dragon Ball, which focuses heavily on redemption and self-acceptance, so the roadmap is clear. Broly continues to train with Wise but fails to grasp God Kai. He gets frustrated. A new threat arrives that pushes him to the brink. His rage takes over and he taps into the Oozaru power. His tail regrows. He transforms into the golden great ape. And then through the connection with Chilai, he finds his center. He compresses the power. The fur turns crimson, the eyes turn yellow, and the legendary Super Saiyan 4 is born. It is the only way forward. It makes sense biologically. It makes sense narratively. And it is exactly what the fans want. Dragon Ball Super has done a great job of expanding the lore with angels and multiverses. But sometimes you have to look backward to move forward. The answer to